Actually working it plugged in.
Okay, we're going to get started in about now. So, welcome to DFW Data Science. Hopefully that's why you're all here, not just for the pizza. We've got a couple of protocol things we're going to go through, and then tonight is open mic night. So we don't have a guest speaker. It's all of you are speakers. So not every single one of you, I guess, but there will be a long list right behind me here. So these are all members of our DFW Data Science. Before we get started, though, just a couple, as I used to say, a word from our sponsor. So here at Dawn is from Improving Enterprise. They provide the pizza facility at no cost to us. So thank you very much. Go ahead, Dawn.
So I just wanted to say welcome to Improving. For those of you that don't know what we do, we are a custom software company, and we've got a brand new website up that's been up maybe about 6 months or so at improving.com. Tons of information in there. You can dig a little deeper, find out exactly what it is that we do here. Please, I encourage you to sign up outside on the registration form. I promise we're not going to spam you. That is strictly for our own internal purposes, and also to put your name in for a drawing for a $100 gift card to Cinemark Theaters for the month of June. So please sign up. Hope you guys enjoy the facilities, enjoy the pizza, sodas, there's beer. So have a good evening, and welcome again to Improving.
Thanks, John. Thank you. So if you're speaking tonight, I encourage you to wait on the beer until you get done. Just from personal experience, I can tell you that it works better. We have some other announcements before we get started. Beth?
Yeah, I'm Beth. I'm Data Science Beagle, and I am Marketing Director at Divergence Academy. But I just wanted to share that there's a couple of other groups. Some of you come to them. But DFW Big Data, we're having our next meetup at Thomson Reuters. Thank you, Peter, over here. On June 21st, so you can find it on meetup.com. Splunk on Hadoop is actually going to be our guest speaker. And then also this Thursday night, if you guys want to venture out to Austin Ranch, there's another meetup called the Analytics Club. It's kind of fun. We have happy hours. And I can't remember which bar we selected, but Thursday night we're going to be out in Austin Ranch area at one of those pubs. So hope to see you there. And then Shervon's going to actually be speaking slot number 4. And I brought flyers with our June schedule for Divergence Academy, our data science classes, so I'll just leave some at the end of each row when we leave. And that's it.
Sharon, you want to stand up so they can talk to you or Beth afterwards? Just so these are the people that run Divergence Academy. Anybody else from Divergence Academy in here? Vish? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm going to be speaking. You can stop me at the end of the session and ask me all the questions you have about the classes. Thank you.
Sure. Any other sponsors or announcements for events coming up? I know there's a couple of events that are on the horizon, so feel free to keep notifying the organizers of those events. I will say, so DFW Data Science, now we've had 15 meetups, okay, 15 presentations. We are a mature meetup now. We have over 777 members, so this is not we're not a startup anymore, right? So we're big. The important thing is that you all continue to participate and show up, and open mic night is a perfect example of why participation matters. So one of the things that you will find in the data science world is that you do better by tackling data science as a team. A lot of companies are trying to figure this out, and so we are becoming a team of open source and community-based data scientists, right? So there's people in here who don't do data science on their day job, but they do it at night and on weekends and when they can find time. There's people who are dabbling in data science. There's people who are full-time employed. So speaking of full-time employed, Scott always reminds me that one of our charters is to keep people abreast of what type of work is available in the data science community. So if you are working at a company or you own a company where you are looking for help right now, if you quick show of hands of anyone who's trolling or looking around for opportunities first. You don't have to tell us, but you're welcome to tell us who you are. And Any companies that are hiring and looking for workers right now? Anyone that you either work at or know of? Normally we have 3 or 4. So I know Capital One is normally hiring. Did I see a hand back there? Yes?
Raytheon is hiring.
Raytheon is hiring, okay. I'm running out of board space, so I think I'll put it down here. And you can put, are you a point of contact for that, or just they should go to the website? Okay. Okay, and what is your name?
Kristen.
Kristen, okay. So come see Kristen afterwards. Like I said, that's one of the main reasons that we founded this meetup. I will say that we also are trying to get some speakers. I'll tell you just a little bit of a preview. We're working with some of the formative companies in data science to bring the next round of speakers in. Scott has worked tirelessly this year to bring in a lot of good speakers, and I can tell you I've talked with other organizers of meetups, both in Dallas and in other places. And really, you know what defines the quality of a meetup is 2 things: the people that attend and the people that speak. When I went through, somebody was starting another meetup, and they said, well, you know, we want to do a meetup kind of like yours. And I said, well, the quality of that meetup is really, you can gauge by, look at the list of speakers. And I started recounting, and I became impressed not because I did the work, I mean Scott did most of the work, but I became really, really impressed with our list of speakers. We've had, you know, top-notch speakers here. We've had CTOs, co-founders, you know, we've had people from just top-notch companies, 8 or 10 of them in the last year, and it's now a year and 2 months, 14 months we've been running. So this particular group has been able to bring in very, very top-notch quality speakers. And tonight, we're bringing in all of you. So point is that we are known in the area. We're known in Dallas, Fort Worth. People, as I mentioned once before, a couple months ago, people want access to our list of names. They want access to all of you, because they know that if you're here, you're committed to learning this stuff and moving things forward. So you know, we're glad and happy that you are here. We consider it the premier data science group in, you know, I'll just say the Metroplex. Scott, did you have more?
Actually, one of the things that I do is I follow, and I've been participating in the Mahout user group, which is a Java user group for machine learning. And they are constantly trying to raise money through other means on there. One of the things they do is do stickers. I owe them a link posted on the site, but I didn't want to just post the list because I don't want to be spamming you guys. I personally hate spam, so I just wanted a show of hands from people whether or not this is something that would be considered spam, or you know, you'd go to the Mahout site, whatever it is, and go buy a sticker or whatever. But I'm not sure if I would have it mail or if I would have it just post to the board. I'm kind of figuring this thing out as I go. I didn't exactly go to school to learn how to run a meetup. You know, I'm just trying to figure out not how to annoy people and provide a value. So if you guys could, please give me a show of hands, how many people want to see emails occasionally, like once a month, or basically no more than once a month, of vendors that want to interact with you. You know, freebies. They're offering a free seminar on a webinar. There was 2 vendors that approached me, and I've held back because I did not want to be spamming people. So,
I think that's a yes. I saw quite a few hands.
yes. Okay.
Once a month is fine.
So again, this group is, now one of the things that I've been toying with, that I've been playing, and Paul and I have talked this through a little bit, is we lack the ability to acquire money in a charitable way that will allow us to have even a greater experience. This right now is an organization that's basically just, you know, a club, if you will, and I'm running it off a meetup. But I've been considering converting this into a 503c, and if I do that, I'm going to need to formalize things quite a bit more than what it currently is.
That's tax advantage.
Yeah, it's a tax advantage, so companies can donate money to it, and then we can spend that money for purposes of community education, etc. So instead of a company just throwing money down the drain to send someone out here, it's actually a charitable contribution, which is a write-off for them. So it'll actually help out, but in order for this to happen, I'm going to need a board of directors and a variety of other things for the organism of a corporation, basically. So just start thinking about that. This is a process that we're going to start. I don't know exactly how soon, but it's going to happen soon. So if it's something that you think you would want to be involved in some form or fashion, reach out to myself or any of the coordinators. So that's
Okay.
it.
Thank you, Scott. Okay, so let's get to tonight. So we are, I'm gonna tell you the ground rules. So your co-members here at DFW Data Science have volunteered. We didn't force any one of them except Siobhan to get up here and talk. So we didn't really force Siobhan. We just volunteered at the last minute. But so, you know, there's only a couple of rules. So one is for the speakers. The speaker rule is, it is a timed event because we have eight or nine of us here. David hasn't shown yet, but you know, so that means we've got 90 minutes of program for you. So 7 minutes. Basically, at 7 minutes, I will do something to get your attention. At 8 minutes, we'll cut you off. Okay, so you have 7 minutes. Hopefully, you rehearsed that and you remember that from last time. This is the second time we've done this, so some of you kind of know this already. The other rule is about etiquette. So I can tell you from being in front of a room full of people, at times, sometimes there's a person in the room whose goal is to